Hey guys, I wanted to pop in real quick before the intro music starts because I wanted to share something with you all. I recorded this episode last week and it's a short one, so really brief but good information in there. But as I was going in to edit it, I heard a lot of different background noise. My dog barks. I think you'll hear my daughter singing, doors opening and closing, and I almost edited some of that out, which, by the way, it's super cool to edit a podcast and even know how to do that. So fun things I'm learning along the way. But I decided to leave that stuff in and just wanted to share that with you all because, I don't have any kind of studio. I record in my office at my home. There is a lot of life in my house, which I love. That is life. And so I decided to leave some of that stuff in to this episode. Really just so you guys can hear. Things happen. So our dog, Koa, will make her debut, and you'll hear some other things as well. This is also just to encourage you. If there's something you want to do, if you feel like you don't have the space or the time, you do. And you can. You can do it. And I want to hear you doing it. So whatever's on your heart, just go. Don't worry about having a special place. You definitely will have to carve some time out, but I know you can. And I just want to encourage you to do it. All right, here comes the episode. Bye. Hey y'all, my name's Jen. I'm a health and life coach on a mission to empower women, and this season I call the messy middle. We believe it's never too late to dream your wildest dreams and to build lives freed from the shoulds and have-tos. Here, we talk to ourselves like we do our girlfriends and our sisters and daughters. I will share stories and resources with lots of encouragement and a little bit of tough love to drive you toward action. In this podcast, we talk about everything: career, relationships, motherhood, and health. So grab your sneakers and let's go, because she's wild and freed. Hey y'all! Welcome to another episode of She's Wild and Freed. Jen here, and I'm excited to dig into the topic we have today. But first, I thought I would just start by sharing a little about the past week or so. I know many of you have experienced this, or you may be right in the thick of it. A couple of weeks ago, my family went to a women's soccer game at my girls' college. And this was really fun because our girls played soccer since they were 3, and they thought they might even want to play in college, but decided that wasn't their path. They wanted to have a little different college experience. So we went to this game. It was so fun. It was fun watching them play. It was fun watching our girls watch them play. But as we were sitting there, one of my girls was just not feeling well during the game, and she thought it was just allergies paired with some pressure in the air. We had just had a tropical storm come through the day before. Unfortunately, the next day, we got the text that she had COVID, and she had to come home and stay with us in quarantine, so she had to leave the dorm and get here. The following morning, my son woke up. He wasn't feeling well. He had a low-grade fever. A couple of days later, my husband came home early from work. He felt horrible. So I tried everything. I tried all the things to keep this bug away. My daughter had COVID. The rest of us, just some kind of virus, I guess. We were negative with the tests we took. But yeah, I tried emergency echinacea tea, immunity shots from the store, just drinking all the water and tea, and I tried to stay away from everyone as much as possible. I slept in a separate room, but in the end, I couldn't escape this little microscopic bug that wanted to terrorize our entire family. So last week, I got hit with the virus. And it was horrible. I'm still not exactly right. We're all still sort of struggling with this cough. Well, almost the whole family. One of our daughters actually stayed at school, and she stayed healthy, which was great. Though. I told one of my coworkers when everyone was getting sick, I was like, moms can't get sick. And he agreed, and we had a good laugh about it. But of course, it hit me as well. And so there was lots of temperatures taken, comfort foods, ibuprofen, daytime, nighttime medicine, all the things. And something I've been doing lately is trying to notice patterns in my life. Things that I do, things that happen to me or my family members, things happening around me. And I notice that when I'm recommitting to a health and fitness routine, after falling off for a bit, which also that's a pattern too, where I'll start and go and get really into a routine with my health and fitness activities and then pause. Really, I pause for an extended period of time. But then when I commit, and I get my head right, I get my clothes out each day, I'm doing the thing, I get sick. It starts with a little tickle in my throat, and then it turns into a full-blown cold virus thing. And it is so frustrating. I was so pumped to get started back with Sydney with her October workout calendar. I was so stoked on getting up early and getting back into my routine that I love, moving my body, having extra energy. But my body said, wait, you have to slow down first. This is not what I want, and this is not what I need. Remember a few weeks ago, I said I was going to be intentional about slowing down when my body and my mind needed it. Well, I haven't been doing that, and the universe had to step in and bring me to a screeching halt. It's funny how that happens. And I know it may seem a little bit woo-woo to some of you when I say the universe, but I mean a higher power, God, spirit, whatever one calls it. My relationship to a higher power is complex and definitely continuing to learn how to listen and receive. And that brings me a lot of peace. Listening, breathing in the warmth of the sun, the ocean breeze, the moonbeams. Those are those moments. Okay, I'm kind of all over the place, but in this podcast, I will share stories of my life and insights into things I am learning and noticing along the way. And this pattern of starting and stopping with workouts or go in all aspects of my life until I'm brought to a halt with some sort of sickness is something that seems to happen to me almost every year. Anyone else have that happen to them? Or what patterns do you notice in your life? Are you like me and you're ready to change them? Sometimes we get stuck in loops. And don't get me wrong, I love some patterns or seasons we experience, but the unhealthy ones, the ones I don't want to be experience, is really my focus for the rest of this year and beyond. I know that there is more for us. We are not our bad habits, our old routines, or these patterns that are on repeat. So I'm starting a series that will go over the next few weeks. And with the series, there will be a handout that goes along with it. And I'll share more details on where to get the handout within the next week or so on my Instagram and Facebook. I love a good handout with prompts, so I hope you can find it useful too. This series is called The 3 C's to Improve Your Life. And yes, those are C's like the letter C. The actions associated with these 3 C's continue to come up for me as I had some extra time on my hands while I was sick in bed. Well, when I wasn't sleeping or binge watching Netflix. I thought about the patterns that come up for me, the things that have worked when I've been successful in reaching my goals and becoming the person I know I am meant to be. And I thought about my clients and what was different this time when they went through my program. In this series, we will cut right through to the action that will help us build the lives of our dreams. And we will connect back to ourselves and gain our freedom back. These 3 C's will serve as guideposts to help us navigate the messy middle many of us find ourselves in. These 3 C's will become mantras as we push past the negative self-talk, the doubts, the outside influences, and the shoulds and have-tos. These 3 C's are calls to action so that we can be freed from these patterns and loops we find ourselves in. Because we deserve the life of our dreams. So stay tuned for the next episode while I'll introduce the first C and we'll start the process together. I am so excited to go through these exercises with y'all. These next several episodes will be tactical, so be ready to take notes. We will be learning together, and I so appreciate you allowing me to be a part of this journey with you. Thank you so much for listening in, and thank you to everyone who's already listened to the first few episodes of the podcast. This podcast was a goal and dream of mine for a long time, and having the opportunity to put it out there for others to hear is magical. Until next time, stay wild, my friends. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I hope you feel free to take action toward building the life of your dreams. If something in this episode resonated with you, I would so appreciate it if you would text it to a girlfriend so she can hear the message as well. Until next time, stay wild.